What sorcery is this? Mother's Day? What a vile concept. Now that's more like it. What is Halloween? Dark Shadows comes to us from acclaimed filmmaker Tim Burton, who is really the definition of a hit-and-miss director. This film has gotten pretty bad reviews. A lot of people said that it's got really bad tonal issues with comedy and horror kind of trying to blend together. It doesn't really work that well. And going in, I was, hoping it was good. Obviously, I liked the trailers. It looked to be an enjoyable film. And, this really, in my opinion, isn't the best film to release in the summertime, but I did enjoy it. This film has a pretty big all-star cast, and that can be a, bonus or a downfall. And for this film, it's really a downfall because, bear in mind, this film is based off of a soap opera that was, I believe, went from 1967 till 71. And in a soap opera, or like any TV show that goes on for a number of years, characters really have time to develop, and you grow on them. Or they grow on you. When you have a film that's trying to condense like 4 more years of a TV show into one, more or less, 2 hours approximately, none of the characters really get time to, get under your skin. And ultimately speaking, this film is, focused on Johnny Depp's character, but the other characters in this household who, could have had more of a presence, ultimately don't even need to be in this film at all. One of the things that I've heard from many people who have reviewed this film is that the acting is really over the top, especially from Eva Green's character, and that's kind of the fault of the director. And while I'll agree that she was over the top, also bear in mind that in a soap opera, they tend to be over the top. I mean, have you seen The Young and the Restless? Not that I watch it, but honestly, have you seen it? Just saying that in a soap opera, they like to go over the top, and when you want to make a soap opera into a film, I'm guessing that kind of goes with the package. But of all the household characters that really had nothing to do, my least favorite character was Chloe Grace Moretz, and it's nothing to do with her. She's not a bad actress at all. I like her, but honestly, she has zilch to do in this film. She has nothing to do in this movie at all. The only thing that she really does is in the finale, which by the way is too long, but in the during the finale, her character has this kind of transformation which literally does nothing useful at all. So ultimately, it's like taking the rabbit out of the hat when you don't even need the rabbit. It really made no sense. Get it together, man. Tim Burton, man. He messes with your mind. One thing I noticed, more or less early on, was that the makeup, for Johnny Depp, because he's, really, really white. The makeup in certain scenes is really, really overdone. I mean, honestly, really good makeup work, whoever you were a makeup artist, but honestly, too much. In a few scenes, just way too much. Subtlety is the key here. But then again, this is Tim Burton, and Tim Burton does not go for subtlety. And one thing that really kind of bugged me throughout this entire film is that after the opening sequence, which introduces us to Barnabas Collins' character and how he, grew up, we cut to this woman who's traveling by train of the Collins family, and they make this whole opening credit sequence about her. And literally after that scene, we see her maybe 3, 4, 5 times, and just really small glimpses of her, and then at the very end, she and Depp get together, and it honestly made no sense. They meet once, and all of a sudden they're in love. Seriously? Character development out the window! But despite my bitching and nagging, I enjoyed this film. It's honestly more of an October type release, but I guess they wanted to make more money since it's summertime. But there are some actually pretty spectacular visuals, some really awesome shots, some really good crane shots, really just good direction, a lot of trucking shots that I really loved. It's a really just kind of glamorous soap opera turn movie, which is pretty much spelling out the obvious. Why did I even do that? 3 out of 5 stars. Now, how do we turn this odd-looking contraption off? Must have a switch somewhere. Oh my god. Huh, a silver button. Oh, I know what that does.